This got some kind of a bicycle protest going on here. These guys are riding on the roadbed on the Williamsburg Bridge. I think there must be about 50 of them. Well, this is James Kalm, the guy on the bike, and I'm here on Grand Street, right in the heart of Williamsburg, and I'm coming up here to take a look at a show that was curated by Larry Walczak. We've got a whole bunch of the Williamsburg crew here. Simon Michelangelo, Daniel Aycock, Catherine Vance, Alan Williams. Oh man. Although I don't know whether we're going to be able to get inside and see the show or not.
So like you kind of planned it.
Well, we'll sort of force our way through the mob scene here. Now the theme of the show is the Williamsburg Pioneers. And this is also Larry Walczak's birthday tonight. I think he's got somewhere in the neighborhood of 50 some odd, maybe 60 artists, and a lot of these people have been here in the community for decades. There's Bruce Pearson, Ken Butler. I think unfortunately when you get to a point in a location, if they start memorializing it like this, it's kind of a sign that things have moved on. There's Judith Page, William Graff, Sherry Mendelson. We've even got our own paparazzi here. David Kramer piece. There's a nice William Pojita piece. It's titled Williamsburg, Where Are They Now? 2011. And it's a parody of the Wag Mag. All of the galleries that have moved on. Nice piece. Interesting piece by Timothy Greenfield-Sanders. A parody of the famous Irascibles photo.
Right? Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Somebody's got a stereoscopic camera.
Yeah, but it's 8/23/2000.
Oh, that's interesting because that's such a it's so different.
Yeah. Kathy Bradford and Chris Martin. Well, we came back to view the show Williamsburg 2000 a week after the opening because there was too many people here blocking up views of the work when we got here. So we'll point out some of the highlights here. This is a great piece by our friend Ken Butler. We've got a little Jaguar model that he's grafted into a tiny violin and put it into a violin case. This is a piece by Jane Dixon I think this might be on some kind of black emery paper or something. It's by Francis Kate. Mobile home on a box. It's a nice painting by Adam Simon. It's one of Peter Fox's drip paintings. It's by Gwen Thomas. Oh, here's a classic piece by Ward Shelley. This is his famous Williamsburg timeline. This is a multiple. This is 3 out of 250. When Giants Walk the Earth, a New Frontier. So what Ward did was, he must have spent about 3 or 4 months interviewing people, collecting information, dates, got it all together, and so we have some of the highlights of the Williamsburg scene, probably from about 79 to 2000. This is by Linda Ganjian, and it's all cut paper. Here's an example of one of the pretty well-known Williamsburg artist, Fred Tomaselli. And we get a little piece by Daniel Rosenbaum here. It looks like it's plastic collage. Komar Malamud. Paul Kerman. This is altered baseball cards. It's like Dunk the Clown by Richard Human. Looks like a little wash by Mark Masiega. Dr. Lisa Levy. There's a piece by Eric Heist, also is one of the founders of Momenta Art.
It's lovely. It's just such a good...
I love this artist, Ted Victoria, and he does a lot of work with light, mirrors, lenses, and things like this, so this looks like it might be a video, but it's actually kind of a projection that he uses natural light and mirrors and lenses. It's a nice little piece by Laurie Ellison, longtime Brooklyn painter. Oh, there's a couple of cute pieces by Sherry Mendelson. Yeah, she fabricates these by cutting pieces of plastic bottles and then gluing them together. Jim Torak, Night Out with Mark and Toby.
Well, when I followed the princess,
Oh, that's kind of nice. I like that. Larry Crone. He's got his bandana with the beadwork on there. This is me. Oh, this piece is by Joe Armrine, who runs Pierogi and is sometimes referred to as the mayor of Williamsburg. This is a funny piece. This is actually a collaboration between James Esper and his wife, Jane Fine, and they go by the name of J. Fibber when they do their collaborative pieces. Don Voisin. Oh, here's a sad one. This is Meredith Allen with curls up, and unfortunately Meredith passed away about 3 days after the opening. And we're going to wrap up here with Invasion of the Art School Graduates. What bunch of cell phone wielding hipsters networking shamelessly. By Nelson Bradley. Now we're talking to Larry Walczak, the curator of the show, and it's also your birthday, right?
It is my birthday today. This is after doing something like 50 curated shows. I finally was able to have a birthday on an opening, which is pretty unusual.
This a big birthday for you, or just another
Not big,
birthday?
But,
okay, good.
But certainly fun. It's a fun birthday for me, definitely.
Give us a little idea about the theme of the show.
Well, the whole idea was like, hey, let's take a look back 10 years later and put some of these Williamsburg artists I worked with and see how it looks. And it's really strong work, I think, and I'm really happy with the show.
How long have you actually been a member of the Williamsburg art community?
I've been here
more than 10 years.
I've been here since 1994, so I'm part of what would be referred to, I guess, as the second wave, according to Ward Shelley's timeline print. And, there's all the artists that are here I've worked with at iWash at one time or another, so that was part of the criteria for the show.
And how many artists are in the show?
There's 66 artists in this show.
Wow.
Yes.
That's a lot of people to squeeze in.
It's a lot of people, but I love this space for this show. It reminds me of that era of Williamsburg.
Right.
It's a small, cozy space.
Good old days.
Very do-it-yourself, and it has the right feel. So that's why I selected Art 101, and Ellen Rand has been nothing but wonderful to work with.
What do you think the most obvious changes are in the Williamsburg community that you've seen in the last 10 or 15 years?
Well, it's just real estate and how it affects rents and getting spaces and
the
being able
creative
to do
community
things.
that sort of goes along with all that stuff.
Well, the creative community is probably shifting more to music-based in this immediate neighborhood. There's a lot of music venues. It's a great thing. And visual artists are having trouble finding space, in this immediate neighborhood. But
pushing out east more.
It's pushing out east, but in the last year and a half, as reported in New York Times, 20% of buildings and apartments have been purchased by people from Europe. So this neighborhood is becoming more and more international.
Okay, well, happy birthday, Larry. Does the show have a title?
It's Williamsburg 2000.
Williamsburg 2000.
Please, come and see it. It's fun.
I'm going to come back when there's not a lot of people here and we'll take some pictures of the work. That was a look at Larry Walczak's Williamsburg 2000 here at Art 101 at 101 Grand Street here in Williamsburg. Thanks, Kate.